Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Crystal, and today I have a little bit of a surprise. But first, I'd like to say welcome back to everybody who has come back to join me for another video. Thank you so much. Today, like I said, I have a little bit of a surprise. I am going to be doing something a little different, and that is going to be working on my junk journal. This is the first time that I'm working on my junk journal in this on this channel. So the beginning of the book, I just have some little stickers here from different shops that I have shopped at. And as you can see, this is the Japan edition. In the very beginning, I have the welcome page. Welcome to the Junk Journal 2026. I'm going to glue these two pages together, and this right here is where we are going to start. And the reason why I'm going to glue these two beginning pages together is that this paper is a little on the thin side, and since this is going to be a junk journal, I want to kind of give it a little bit more structure for everything that I am going to be gluing into my book. So what I have, hold please. So what I have for this page, the idea I have is like a tea time page. So I have a Starbucks receipt. I've got some tea tags from other cups of not coffee, tea that I've had. Different packaging items. I've tried different types of tea. I've got a little clip off of a tea box that I bought at the Japanese grocery store. It is called York Foods, is the name of the grocery store. And then I have some other tea things. This belongs with this box right here. It's the Twinnings brand. I really like that. The Tazo brand also. Yogi brand. This claims to help with healthy skin. Does it? I don't know, but it tastes good. So, and here is a Christmas tea that I tried that was really good. I have some of the more of these little tea tags. Here's the package of the Joy tea that was good. Here's a peppermint bark. It wasn't bad. Not my favorite, but it wasn't bad. Some more tea bag tags. Here's that. Here's some more of these. Wrapper. I'm visiting Starbucks. What else do I got? Here's another little piece. We got this package of matcha cookies, and so this is a little information thing that was on the inside that I want to put. It does have English and Japanese in there, so I want to add that. I saved some items of the packaging. Here is the little individual package. It's clear, but it does have white print on it. I thought I could layer it on top of like this brown or something, or even the package of the cookies itself. It was wrapped in some nice paper. I have some stickers from the wrapper. I have this nutrition facts label, which, I mean, you don't really want to be reminded of the calories in anything, but this is in Japanese and I cannot read Japanese, so I guess it doesn't really matter. I mean, you can see 64 kilocalories per serving. How much is a serving? I don't know. But I thought we could cut a piece of that off and add it. Here's another sticker we can use from the packaging. Here's a round sticker. Oops, kind of getting wrinkled here. I should have preserved it better, but Oh well. There's that. And then here is the paper wrapping that came. It's a really pretty textured printed paper. Here's another sticker I could potentially peel off. So we're going to work with that. So now that we have all of our elements, let's see what we can do with this. First off, I think that I'm going to start with a background. We're going to start with some kind of a foundation or base for our design. And I do have these Happy Planner box cutters, and I really like them. I have two different sizes, the classic, which is this one, and then I also have the big. And I think we're going to cut out some boxes from this paper and see what we can do with that. And I do want to make sure and get some of the writing from the packaging in it, so that way that is part of the design. So it works pretty simply. You just tuck it in and cut. I'm going to use this big one. Let me pull this one out so I can see what I'm doing. All right, there's that. And let's do one more. Make sure this is flush. All right. It's not centered, and that's okay. I'm fine with that. I just want some little rectangles. All right, so we worked with that one. We got a couple of the big size. Now let's get a couple of the classic size. Let's see. Let's go around the bottom edge here, and we'll cut a few from here. Hopefully I'm in frame. I'm still trying to work out the kinks of this. I don't have a desk that I can set up and leave it set up. So every time I go to film, I have to change up or set the settings back to hopefully where I had them before. So that's been a little bit of a challenge. And the size of these apartments here in Japan are small, not as big as what we're used to. And coming from a larger duplex to an apartment has been an adjustment. We had to downsize quite a bit, which was really hard because I have a lot of planning supplies and trying to figure out what I wanted to keep and what I wanted to get rid of was difficult. All right, I'm not sure what was inside the seam of this book, but we dusted that away. Okay, so we have these. Oh, this one cut a little crooked. I'm gonna try to straighten it out with my scissor, and hopefully I can freehand this okay. Okay, that looks better. All right, and then I have this Starbucks. Because of the direction of the face, I think I want to just glue it down right across here. Let me get my paper cutter actually, since this is larger, and we are going to try to straighten out the edge. Let's take a look. I like that these are complementary. Okay, this is a little jagged across there. And actually, I'm thinking what I want to do is, what if we just glued it all the way to this outer edge and left this jagged edge on the inside, because we don't want to get too close to the binding. We want to give ourselves a little room there. I think I like that idea. So let me get my glue stick. Where did I put it? Here it is. And let's glue this. I do have a tape runner that I could use, but I don't know. I've just been using this glue stick in my other journal that I used last year. That was a combination of junk journal and personal journal. And I mean, it's been working out all right. We'll see if I change my mind. I've been trying to find the Zig brand glue pens around here. I want to try those, and I haven't seen any, but if you caught any of my other videos, you know that I haven't been to any, sorry about that, I just knocked my camera. I haven't been into any of the larger stationery stores. Not yet anyway, so that is on the agenda. So stay tuned if you want to see that. I haven't decided if I want to venture into trying to do a vlog type video where I take you guys with me on the train and to the stationery store. I don't want people to think that I am trying to video them. I'm just trying to video the process, so I don't want to offend anybody. So I'm still thinking about that and how I can make it a little more discreet. I might just take pictures and stitch them together into a video. Okay, this is curling a little bit. Once the book is closed, it'll flatten out on its own and it won't stay curled. So we'll keep that in mind. Okay, so now that we have this on this side, let's do something with the, let me move this out of the way. Let's do something with the T. Okay, let me grab my scissors. I think what I want to do is just cut the name of this T off. That is a little crooked. This page does not want to cooperate with me. It insists on being curled up. Let me find something to put on top of it. There we go. Okay, just going to cut this open. All right. Cut along here. I kind of like that torn edge on there, so I'm going to leave that. I got this clear package. Like I said, I wanted to put it on the darker brown of the Starbucks package, just so that it shows up a little better. So I'm going to open this up. Sorry for all the crinkling. Tends to happen with this sort of video, just because all the materials are packaging, etc. Okay. Let's cut this edge off. I debated leaving it, but it's going to keep it wrinkly looking, and I don't want that. Okay, so I want to layer this, not down there. I think we're gonna have to put it on top. And I don't want to put it directly on the face, so something like this. For this, I think I will use my tape runner. This is just the Tombow permanent adhesive. And we're gonna see if this is going to work. Because of the type of material, I'm not certain this is going to work. And it doesn't look like it's wanting to hold on to the tape very well because of the plastic, almost like non-stick that it is. I think the trick is just doing short little sections. That seems to be working. Okay, there's that. Let's put one right here. All right, let's see how this does. Don't want to put it upside down. All right, so you can see the sections of glue through the clear, but I'm not mad at it. The point of this whole thing was to have a little memento of the item, so I'm good with that. Okay, maybe down here we will do a little section of this, and it will kind of help keep everything on the page too, to kind of reinforce that glue that we put down. Okay, so I think we're gonna put it right here, like this. And that'll kind of help anchor down that corner and add more of the packaging of this right there. Okay, now what I want to do, I'm going to cut this tea cup and the milk out, and then we're going to put that right here, I think. So that came out okay. And we're gonna bump it up against that package so that the flat edge of this cream doesn't look awkward. And I'm just going to add some glue. And we will pop this in here. Like that. Push that down a little bit. Hold it down a little. Okay, that looks good. Now let's do some on this other side. Let me move this piece out of the way. Okay, now on this other side, the left side, I'm going to put the glue runner right there. Hopefully that's not in the way and get bumped across. Okay, let's see. I want to do some little wonky boxes. This is going to be horizontal. And this is just a partial, so maybe we put this up here. Something like that. Yeah, I like that. Okay, let's get some glue and we will get started on this. All right, so we got those down. I do want to add some of these gold stickers. I think I want to add kind of like this so that it helps to hold down these edges. And this one, it's peeling. Let me take that off. I'll put some glue on that. Hopefully it helps keep it down. And I'm going to put that right here. Okay. I know we have a lot of clean lines, but I do want to add some more texture. So I'm going to just tear some of these. I already have this one that I cut, and I do want to layer some more on top. So let's do that. I have a lot of these packaging for the tea, and I don't think that we will use them all, but I have multiples in case we want different elements or pieces of such. Okay. Have you guys started any junk journaling? Last year is whenever I started to dabble into the junk journaling realm, which was fun. I think it's interesting, especially considering where we are in our life overseas. It'll be nice to go back and have things to look back on. Of course, it doesn't have to be anything like that. You can just document different celebrations or wins, or I mean, it doesn't even have to be a big win, just a small win. You wanted to celebrate the occasion with the Starbucks or an ice cream, or I mean, just about anything. Maybe you bought yourself a little gift. Save the tag. Document. Okay. I want to add some of this packaging that we took the teacup from. So I cut it down a little bit. Oh, I see where that black came from, the little dust. It's residue from the tea in the tea bags or the little packaging. Okay, well that solves that. Then I have to make sure to wipe down my desk or this table after I'm done here. Get all that tea off of here. Okay, I'll put that down there. I do have this other gold piece that's similar to this, and I'm wondering if I should put it here to help anchor this down. The corner kind of rolled up on me there. All right, put this back on top. I want to try to get a little bit of every packaging on here. Okay, and this is going to be interesting also because the inside is like aluminum. It's a plastic with the aluminum on it, so let's see. I think if I get this started, I could tear. Yeah. Sorry about that. My setup decided to fall apart, so I had to reassemble. Okay. I like this little cake stand or tea set to go with this. And I want to tear some of this. All right. Kind of an irregular shape to this, but I like it. And maybe we'll put it over here. Let's see. I think I want to cut around this a little bit. All right, I like that, and I think I want to cut across here. A little of the streamlined cutting with a little bit of the tearing. All right, and I want to put this, let's put it, let's see. I want to put it up against something dark so that that way it shows up. Maybe I do it like this. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. And I'm going to tape this off camera because of the reflective backside. And I'm going to use the tape runner on this. Hopefully it works. Oh yeah, it's working perfect. Just like the clear packaging of those cookies, I'm just doing little short pieces and it's doing a good job. Okay. Now here we go. And we want to add, maybe I want to do it this way. Yeah. I'm going to cut off that piece, but I think it's going to be okay. Yeah, I like that too. Not quite the way I had envisioned it the first time, but it's going to be okay. Maybe we can use this piece since it's got some of the tape runner on it already. And it's got this straight edge, and we'll just stick it right over here. Yeah, I like that. Okay. Let's see, we have some more to use, so let's add some more. I have this Christmas tea. And I want to add some of this to the mix. I really like the ornament that's on here, so I want to get some of that. Let's tear. This is really cute. It's got cinnamon sticks, little holly leaves, that looks like cloves. And we're just going to rough up this edge. Okay. Wonder if I can lift that up a little bit. And I can tuck this under here. Yeah. Okay. Get the glue stick. And we still have all those little tabs from the tea itself. Don't want to forget about those. Okay. And we have this peppermint bark. I wasn't too sure about this one. It's chocolate tea. But like I said, this wasn't a favorite. It was okay. The chocolate part wasn't the part that really bothered me necessarily. It was more so the mint. I do like mint, but sometimes if the mint is strong, it will make my stomach hurt, which is ironic because mint is supposed to help settle your stomach or help your stomach feel better. I think I want to leave some of this on here, the crimping, because this one ended up pulling apart thin on that side, so I think I want to leave that. And we can put this like that maybe. Okay, and this one I'm also going to do off of the camera just because it is kind of reflective, that aluminum type plastic on the inside. Okay. What if we did it in this direction? Okay. I'm going to try to add a little bit more tape. Uh-oh. Don't know if that's gonna work out for me. Oh, I'm going the wrong direction. There we go. Okay. What don't we have on here? We've got these two. We don't have the London afternoon. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to use my scissors on this one. Okay. Just going to cut this down. Like this. Hmm. I wasn't planning on covering up this side too much, but maybe I will. Okay, let's get some more of this. Nope, that's not the one. Tape runner. This is that foil inside, so. All right. Turn my book. Okay. We've got that. And I think that I'm going to cut this. It says taste. What does it say? Taste the flavor of the season. I like that. Okay, I think I want to cut this down a little better. Okay. Stick it down here. All right. Put it down here. Let's add some of these little tags. I think I want to do that. I'm going to use the back of this. I kind of like both sides of these too, so let's start with, I like the orange. I don't want to, I'm a little aggressive. Okay. Let's put it here. And then we have this other one that's different that we haven't used anything from it. Like so. Oh, I like this. Life is a gift. We want to keep that. Cute little saying on the tag. I'm not worried about the purple on here just because it will disappear as the glue dries. All right, and this one says, forgiveness is an act of consciousness, which is true, but I don't have this anywhere. And, oh yes, I do have one of them. Okay, we will use this. And we'll cut out the packaging to add some of the Yogi brand. Oh, actually, before we move on, I want to add some of this pink to this right side to give it a little more color. And let's add this. I like both sides of this one also. One side says Joy and one side says the brand. Are you a tea drinker? I am, definitely, if you can't tell. I'm definitely a fan. this one is cute. I'm going to cut it down the middle, and it gives us a different shape to use. I'm going to try to take this staple off of here. There we go. Okay. I feel like we kind of got off to a little bit of a rocky start with this junk journal, but now that we are getting the hang of it, I think that, or now that we got started, excuse me, it's seeming to flow pretty easy. Sometimes that's the hard part, is getting started. And then once you get that starting point, it's easy to keep going. All right. I did want to add some of this orange, so I'm going to flip it to, I'm going to use this side so that we're using different elements. And then I'm going to use the joy side of this one. Okay, we have joy here. Let's use it, but we have that here. Okay, I'm going to put it down here. I want to add some more color there. And then I want to add this pink also. I think I'll flip it to that side that says brew for 2 minutes. I mean, it's the same as this, but it's just in a different color, so I still want to add it. Okay. Ooh. We could put it here and then cut it or leave it. I think we need to cut it no matter what, right? So that the page can bend. Oof. Okay, make sure it's the right side down. All right, let's see. Okay, we'll see how that does. I might need to peel it off, but for now I'm gonna leave it. Okay, so we got that, we got that. I need to put something here. I do want to add, I do want to add some of this. And I do want to add this blue to this other side. So let's do that since it's the last little one that I have that I want to add. It's a little bit boring, but it does have some of that blue. Okay. Now, do I want to add this on this side? Since I have the tag here, maybe so. But I think I'm just going to cut off some of the type of tea that it is, not necessarily the name brand. So let me cut this off camera just because it is that reflective backside and I don't want to blind you all. Okay, so I cut this out with this little floral design or floral type design. Don't know that I'll keep it. I might just cut it off. I haven't decided. or maybe I cut it off all the way together. I could add it like this. Basically, I want to get that Darjeeling Delicate and Fresh on here. I thought about putting it over here, but I don't want to. Do I cover up her face? I kind of wanted to leave it open. Or maybe I don't. Maybe I'm limiting my space. I could just stick this here. Or I could put this here. Let's do that. I'm going to add the tape off camera. Didn't realize I was going to have to do so much off camera because of the backing of this, but now I know. I just really did not take that into account whenever I was saving my little pieces. So I do apologize for that. All right. So we have that, we have that. Okay, I want to cut some of this. It's got the notes of the tea, like what it tastes like. I don't think I want to keep the name. I think I just want to put this joy in the description. Yep. And I'm going to kind of cut it down a little bit, as small as I can. Like that. Okay. I'm going to add some glue. I'm gonna add it over here. Like that. I have a little bit of a receipt here. Should have paid more attention. I could have gotten a cheaper beverage. Cute little coupon down here. Oh well. Do I want to put it there or do I want to put it up here? I think I'll put it up here. All right, and we'll cut some of that off in just a minute. In the meantime, I do want to add this. I haven't forgotten about this. This one is paper on the inside. There's so many different varieties. Okay, I'm going to shake some of that tea dust out of the way. Okay, I want to cut this, and I think I'm going to stick it upside down. Over here, no? Or maybe I cut it out. Let me think. Maybe I add this instead. I'm just all over the place. And I think the reason why is because there's so much to put down, I feel a little overwhelmed. I think that's part of the problem. I wanted to give myself lots to choose from, and I did, but it's a little overwhelming. And now I feel like I have to use it all. Do you do that to yourself? You want options, but then you get overwhelmed. Just me? I think we'll do it like that. Also, tea for me is very calming, and this does not feel calming. This kind of feels chaotic. So maybe you don't want to do like I'm doing. Or maybe you like it, I don't know. Okay. Let's trim some of this off. I think I'm gonna go this direction. Okay. And this is not a journaling journal, so I'm not leaving any space to write because I'm really not going to write in any of this. Oh, I forgot about this. I don't know that I have room. The tea kind of took over, which is fine. I'm not mad at it. I think that's all I'm gonna do, honestly. I thought about adding some letters, but there's just so much going on the page. I think that the letters would just get lost in the mix. And we can pretty well tell that it is a tea page. Really can't tell it's a cookie page unless I add this in somewhere. And I don't know that I want to. Because it doesn't really scream cookie, right? It just says a baked treat on there. So I think I'm just gonna leave it off, and we're just gonna go with what we have here, which is kind of goes, honestly, because it's green tea, which goes with the tea factor. So yep, I think that's gonna be it for this video. I wanna thank you so much for sticking to the end. You're the real MVP on this one, because this one was a little bit of a struggle to get started, and it kind of took forever to get going, but once we did, it was smooth sailing. Like I said, this does look a little chaotic, and that's okay. This is, like I said, a junk journal, so it definitely has a lot of bits and pieces. So yeah. And I'm going to glue these two pages together just because we use so much of that glue stick, and I want to give it some structure to the page, and probably this side too, so that way it's a little more supportive. But that's going to do it for me and this junk journal. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you got some ideas from this, that's awesome. Or if you have some little tidbits of information to help me out on my spreads, that would be awesome if you could just leave me a comment down below. And I will hang on to those bits of information for future videos, for when we do some more of this junk journaling. I do have another junk journaling page that I want to do, just some little outings that we did here and there that I want to kind of keep a little keepsake page documenting our little journey. So look for that in the future. But anyway, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Don't forget to like and subscribe and do the YouTube things if you feel so inclined. And Thank you so much again. Bye.